Okay, how's it going, everybody? This is your big homie, Big Fluff, the rapping Ray Charles, and this is a new segment we're doing here on my YouTube channel called This Is How We Do It. Now, this segment is going to educate people, both sighted and blind, how blind people go about their day and how they handle their business. From anything from using technology to cooking, etc. Now, as I've explained before, this is just going to be an education thing. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on myself, and then we're going to go right into the lesson at hand. So, like I said, my name is Big Fluff, and I've been doing music for 12 years now, over 12 years. And I'm 26. I've been blind since I was 21, so I have not been blind my entire life. And the condition that I have that made me blind is called hydrocephalus. Now, this is water in the brain, and I also have epilepsy and grand mal seizures. When with these things combined, that's what caused it. I essentially had many seizures in a row, and my shunt that drains the water in my brain that malfunctioned, and the water congested and damaged my optic nerves. You know what I mean? I just want to give you all a little bit of background on that before we get into everything. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today's episode is dealing with how blind people use technology. Now, one of the first questions I get asked usually when I'm on Facebook, when I'm on Twitter, anything, and I tell people I'm blind, the first question is this. Now, how are you using this? How are you able to message me? How are you able to even be on social media or anything for that matter? And the answer is simple. You just heard it. It's called a screen reader. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the three main ones that are used on computers and desktops, and then I'll go on the ones that we use on our phones. Okay. Now, the ones we use on computers and desktops, those are the ones are called JAWS, which stands for Job Access with Speech, Window Eyes, and NVDA, which stands for Non-Visual Desktop Assistant. Now, these, like you had heard my phone earlier, they read the text on the screen and everything. Now, they're all up to personal preference what you're doing. I use JAWS because that helps with more comprehensive things such as website building, doing these videos, and many more things. A lot of business aspects using Excel, PowerPoint, and stuff like that. While Window Eyes is geared more towards your casual user, someone who just wants to browse the internet and someone who wants to use simple programs like Microsoft Word, Windows Media Player, what have you. Um, the difference between these is not only that, there also is kind of a price point issue with JAWS being, last time I looked it up, it was about $1,200. That is not cheap. And Window Eyes being $800. Now, Window Eyes you can get for free, but you have to have the entire Microsoft, the full version of Microsoft Office. And I mean, that's about $100-something, but it's a pretty penny saved. You know what I mean? Now, as for the other one I had discussed, NVDA, this is a good starter program for any people looking to use text-to-speech screen readers. You know what I mean? And they do not have money. NVDA is a free screen reader. You just have to look it up, Google in NVDA, and you'll find their website right away, and you'll be able to download that. Now, with that said, NVDA isn't quite as great as Window Eyes and JAWS, but it does get you around the internet, and it does get you to do what you need to do. It's a little buggy from time to time, and it's basically, like I said, it's a starter program until you're able to upgrade to the more comprehensive ones, such as JAWS and Window Eyes. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to go over the phone ones. Like I said, you heard my phone earlier. I'm going to give you a little bit of descriptions of stuff. Now, I have an iPhone 6S. This is VoiceOver, okay? The iPhones have VoiceOver. Android has TalkBack. And the Windows phone, has Narrator. And a little side note, Windows computers also have a default screen reader called Narrator, as well as the Apple desktops also have a default one called VoiceOver. I'm going to show you a little bit on how to activate it. So let me lower down the speech real quick. That way you can catch on. 40%. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back.
Settings.
So we're going to settings. And this is how you activate VoiceOver on any phone. Activate your screen reader on any phone. You go to settings. Now you're going to go to general. And in general, you're going to find a tab called accessibility. You're going to double tap on that. Well, if you don't have it on, you only single tap, but you know what I mean? Now, we're in the vision heading. See, VoiceOver. I can toggle it. So now let's double click on that. These are the different functions of the voice in accessibility.
Tap once to select an item. Double tap to activate the selected item. Swipe 3 fingers to scroll.
These are all the different functions you can use with different finger taps on VoiceOver, on anything. They'll explain to you how you do it.
VoiceOver practice. Speaking rate. Speaking rate. 100. Speech. Button.
This allows me to change the different language settings.
Verbosity. Button.
Verbosity, I think that's more of a volume type deal. I haven't really messed with it, and as you notice, there's a Braille keyboard you can put on this. There's a Braille note taker you can put on this and hook wirelessly. But I'll show you something fun.
Language, headings, container, speaking rate.
If you want to do what I'm doing here with this rotor, what you got to do is you got to get 2 fingers and turn it like a doorknob.
Words, character, Braille screen table.
Now I'm in the Braille screen input. Okay.
A.
I just made an A.
Star. 0 F.
Just made a star.
Comma. Landscape. Home, colon.
There's a colon. See?
Apostrophe.
You can use it as if you have the different Braille cells on there.
Portrait.
And that's how that works. Now, I'm going to read a post.
Page 2, page 3, shopping, social.
And go to my social media real quick.
Opening social, Facebook.
Okay. Now, let's wait for it to load up right quick. Sometimes Facebook is a pain.
Sean C. Grana is with Sean C. Lock Grana.
Watch it read this whole post and do all kinds of cool shit.
CO. Everyone. More. I will be in CO Springs for like an hour real quick. Anyone need Shaggy 2 Dope tickets? Tag your friends or people who need them. Shows February 13th at Fedlook Cheap. It's all ages. $20 Tix inbox or TXT me at 7,197,224,571.
He didn't put hyphens in the number.
FOMF. 3 react. 2 finger double tap to interact with this story.
Okay, let's see what happens when we double tap.
Available.
So boom. Okay. I'm in his post. I'm gonna like it. Because that's my homie anyways.
4 likes. Choose a photo. Write a comment. Text field.
Alright.
Write a comment. Cat F.
I'm gonna write him a post.
Cat O-O-P-P-E-E. Post.
Boom.
Post.
And I've posted my comment. Okay? And that's essentially how screen readers work.
Notifications. Tab.
You know what I mean? And that's just an example I really wanted to give you. And, well, I guess that would be kind of the end of this segment for now. So in closing, I would like to thank everybody who tuned in, everybody who's watching this. I please ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. Like the video, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to do something a little different. I don't normally do these on my channel because I usually put my music up. But I'm going to ask one simple thing, you know. I'm asking for you, the audience, to choose the next episode. Now, the next episode can be one of 2 things I show you. It can either be a cooking lesson, and I'll show you the different types of cutting techniques and how to place properly on the pan and everything. Or I can show you a production lesson, and this would be valuable both towards sighted and blind musicians, and anyone who's doing media stuff. You know what I mean? I'll show you how I record, how I mix it down, how I write my lyrics, and I'll even do a live recording session for you. So comment your thoughts down below and comment what you would like to see in the next episode, either cooking lesson or production lesson. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Much love, and I'll see you next week.